Oh yeah.
No, they can hear you, not me. Hello, we're back with Thursday night Achtung, Cthulhu. Well, we're picking up where we left off in the Shadows of Atlantis campaign. This is going to be an all-combat session. Be prepared if you're watching at home now. Or you're watching live, or you're watching this later on YouTube. It's probably going to be 2 hours of combat. Just let you know, this is going to be a big one. Just due to what happened when we left off with the monastery and the complications and all that good stuff. But we'll get you caught up. Before that, we'll do the round table. Jeff, tell us about Pavel, please.
Pavel Voracek, hello. I am a druid, nomadic. I wander. I'm good at casting some spells. Occasionally, I goof, like what happened last time. I have a very good friend named Gregor. He likes to drive tanks and collect decapitated heads. And we've recently learned he enjoys smoking cigarettes because of our new Fenari. So, there's that. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, smokes, rock.
Tank. Don't forget Tank.
Tank. Every week he learns a new single-syllable word. Oh, that's great.
That's true. Megan, tell us about Ruby, please.
Today it'll be death.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, optimistic. Yeah, I play Lieutenant Ruby McKay. She hails from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Was happy with her mundane life, working in a cafe as a server. The love of her life walked in one day, Roger, and her life changed. There was rumblings in Europe, and Roger, being the stand-up fellow that he is, decided that he wanted to do something about it. And Ruby, wanting to be there right along with him, traveled across the Great Pond to England, and I forget Roger. Oh yeah, building fell on Roger. Right, on both of them, and she woke up in an army hospital, and decided to become a nurse to give back to the ones who had assisted her while she was infirm. And then during her training and so forth, the powers that be said, hey, we have this great group of people, murderers, combatants, heroes, Ranscallions,
French.
Oh
no, he wasn't there yet.
And we flew across to Europe, and thus our story has transcended continents. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it has actually been very exciting. I agree. Aaron, tell us about Leopold.
Yeah, I am Leopold Brun. You can call me Leo. I am a psychic warrior and insightful telepath who was raised by a family of psychics in Munich before we made our way to Great Britain after my mother had a premonition of the rise of the great evil of the Third Reich. Now I work with these fine folk in the newly minted Section Inn in an attempt to stop the Nachtwolf, the Black Sun, and their Nazi masters, and anything else they may raise from the horrors of the depth. However, now Lieutenant McKay has led us into an ambush, which is more than likely going to result in my early death.
I don't know if it's an ambush. It was just like a straight up walking to the front door of an evil monastery run by evil monks in an evil valley. It's not really an ambush. You guys just...
I stand corrected.
You walked into this.
The monks did not ambush us. Lieutenant McKay ambushed us with the monks.
There you go. That's...
She pulls a mask off underneath.
Evil Tibetan monk, a blue robe, throws off her coat. There's a blue robe underneath. Yeah. All part of the plan. Jeremy, tell us about Jonathan, please.
Yeah, Sergeant Jonathan Morris, career soldier. It's tale as old as time. Nearly died, experimental blood transfusion, came back, soaked bullets with my face. And I don't care what you say about Ruby or ambushes. This is like a birthday party to me. There's like a temple full of these evil monks and like Nachtwolf. Like people are going to be shooting me. I'm going to get the bite ears off. And it's just going to be amazing. I'm so happy.
Yes. And our latest addition, acquisition, Henri.
Yeah, I'm playing Henri. He is a young Frenchman who has journeyed down to, I guess, rendezvous with this group that he is a little confused why we're together, but he did spot a forgotten baguette monastery that he is now at as a baguette ninja. So he is hoping with this teleportation spell that didn't quite go where he thought it would, he was going to learn some secret arts to add to his repertoire, but we'll see.
The Baguette Monastery. I don't know. I don't believe that's fact. I don't
Actually, I'm going to spend a fortune to make it a truth.
Yeah, the party will love you to spend momentum right now to create truths about Baguette monasteries. It'd be their new best friend. So, what happened last week? Last week, you guys went to the home of Saring Lama, where you met Henri. You're also introduced to his young protege Dawa. He fed you. He gave you some drink, which was like yak fat tea, which kind of made you all cringe. You guys went to bed that night. You woke up in the morning. He let you know that there was an evil sect of monks in these mountains, and they have made contact, or I should say the Germans have made contact with them. They made contact with them a year or so back. They've set up a radio antenna, and they have busily been translating and sending excerpts from this long forgotten text, this tome, the book of the machine, and within it are evil spells and incantations and the history of Atlantis and the downfall of Atlantis. And if this information gets in the wrong hands, it would lead to the end of the world. And he sees that the Germans, or the Nazis in particular, specifically, are evil, and they could bring about the end of this world. So the 5 of you have been rounded up because you're good people. This is your mission. This is your destiny. It's your fate to go and stop this. And so he's asked you to go there, destroy this antenna, so they can no longer transmit this book of the machine translations back to Germany. So he set forth, and with that, he was going to give you details and information on where to find the next 2 artifacts of the Palladian. You have 2 already, and he was going to tell you where to find the next 2 in your journey, because you need to assemble all of them to be successful, to stop this evil, and you can't let them fall into the Nazis' hands. So you set forth with some Sherpas and with young Dawa. You guys were given gifts. You were given these leather strings around your neck with these ceramic balls that look like eyeballs on the end. And Ruby was given a silver dagger, and so was Dawa, which you were told that will help you against the supernatural should you face it. And you set out on your journey. You saw some wolves. You saw some marmots. You saw some other wild animals. You eventually made your way to a lake, which was nowhere near where you needed to be. But Dawa told you that night that you were going to be teleported by the llama to your destination. So with that, you descended down into the water, down at the depths, and were teleported to this forbidden valley of these forbidden monks. And you saw their monastery up on a hill in front of you. You could see this big radio tower towering up behind it, adjacent to a mountain this monastery is up against. And you split into 2 groups, which seemed like a good idea at the time. Not really. But half of you, well, not half of you, 3 of you, well, let's say Ruby went to the front door to go knock and say hi. And Pavel and Henri went around the other way. They went to the west to go in and teleport. They're going to teleport and try to secretly, quietly take down this radio antenna, or see if they can maybe disconnect the cables and ruin it so it could not be brought back online. But unfortunately, when young Pavel went to go do his teleportation spell, it fizzled. It did not go off. And you got a couple of complications on the rules. So that is where we pick up. I think that was just about everything, was it not?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much covers it.
So for the folks at home, I shared a map last time with the players. I'm going to share this with everybody at home so they can see what we're looking at, get an understanding. So this is the Veiled monastery. And so our players are split. The party is split. We have Ruby, Jonathan, and Leopold marching in on where that number 2 is there. That's the front gate. And then we've got Pavel and Henri over near that number 1 up there. So the opposite end, you can see the scale here. They are 600 plus miles or feet away from each other. They got these big high walls. So they're 50 feet high. Between them, you can see there's all sorts of buildings in there. At the back of it, backing up against the mountain, is this big, tall stone structure. On top of that is the antenna, so they can see the antenna from where they're at. This is where we're picking up. So we have 3 of them at the front gate. We have 3 of them behind. Pavel just went to go initiate his spell. It did not go off, and all of a sudden, you hear a German voice crying out, "Intruders! Intruders! I can see people outside the monastery! Quick!"
My friends, hold still for just a moment. You're going to feel something a little different than what you normally do, but I will link us, not metaphysically as I have in the past. However, I have learned to tap into our collective subconsciousnesses and pull power from you to assist me in this. Are you ready, my friends?
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend a point of momentum to get an extra die.
Okay, let's save that roll. Because of the complication, things are happening before you guys get to act.
Oh, okay.
But we'll save your roll, so keep that. It's a success. It's an ultra success. But we will jump over to Pavel and Henri. Now let's start some music here. Where's my music?
So did we go anywhere? Or
Nowhere,
were we just still
right,
sitting
Jeff?
there? Okay.
So there's no flawed version of the spell. So more basically it's like he's reaching out to try to, because the spell itself, we literally go into the earth and pop out somewhere else, and we just never entered the earth. We just something is not right. One second, one moment. Let me go through it again.
All right.
All right, so while you're starting to do that, all of a sudden, these blue swirling circles appear, one in front of the two of you and one behind the two of you. And they're about, 6 feet tall, 3 feet in diameter, and they're glowing blue, and they're spinning energy. And from within them, from the other side, walks
Baguette monks.
4 monks. Or you assume are monks. They're all wearing these strange skull masks. They're all wearing different masks. One of them, who's the last one to come through, he's wearing blue robes. He's got this very ornate mask. He seems to be the one that cast this. He comes through and he seems sort of like stressed, and he waves his hands, and all of a sudden the portal disappears in front of behind you. There's one of each of these on either side of you. Looks like there's another almost like monk type and monk-like robes that is accompanying him, but with a different mask. And then there are 2 also have these skull masks on, but they're wearing like shirts and pants, but with like short sleeves on the hands and legs. They've got like shoes on their feet. They're not wearing long robes to inhibit their movement, if you get what I'm saying, and look like maybe they're kind of like the fighting type. And they have staves with them on their backs. Those 2. Whereas the other 2 who are wearing the long blue robes don't. Let's go ahead. We'll activate the scene.
2 on 4, huh?
Or we won't, because my... Whatchamahoosit is acting funny. Bear with me here. I'm going to have to log out and log back in.
We graciously accept their surrender.
Yeah, right?
For everybody at home, just to recap, I did not split the party on purpose. I went to the front door because there was a whole bunch of squabbling and nobody was making a decision. So I took it.
Oh, what are these pictures? They're horrific.
These are the skull mask wearing monks.
My God, I can't concentrate. Wait, why is there so many? I thought
because there's a portal in front of you and a portal behind you that opened up. Oh my goodness, yes. There's 2 of the ones, or 4 of the ones with the short sleeves, and 2 of the looks like maybe a lesser monk and one of a greater monk after that have appeared on other side of these portals. So these guys are now here. In front of you, they have appeared.
Sacre bleu! And I pull out baguettes.
With
I thought we were
that-
supposed to teleport.
With
One second.
with-
I got something in my throat.
With
That is
that-
why the spell is not going off.
you hear shouting at the front gates. They burst open, and those of you at the front gates see 6 of those warrior-like monks with the staves on their back, and one's long-robed monk burst through, and they all come through running in your direction, shouting. I'll bring you guys over there, and you can see what you're facing. So you're down here, and all of a sudden the gates open, and you see a whole bunch of these monks screaming and charging out in your direction as the gates fly open.
Oh. So did my my inner nirvana go off?
So
as that was opening?
let's go to initiative now. And now, so you guys can choose who wants to do what. So you're going to use your action to do Inner Nirvana. You'll use your action to do teleportation and all that good stuff before combat. You didn't get a chance to do it before combat went off because of the complication. Or the double complication.
If it's okay with you, I'll take the first action.
Please do.
What? No,
Are
we're
we in
8v2?
separate initiatives? Because we're in 2.
Yeah, we're in 8v2. I don't know if that's a good idea.
How
You guys-
about how about because I don't actually need to spend any more momentum because I built up 2 extra momentum. So why don't we spend a momentum to keep the initiative and then you go right after me?
That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I just think 8v2, we're pretty screwed, and they're right on us.
They are right on you.
You go first.
You know, Jeff is always telling me, why don't you break up your enemies? Because you're always just bringing them at me in clumps. So I
I'm
took
not,
his
if
advice.
I was in the other group, those guys would be screwed.
Oh, yeah,
but,
exactly.
You
That-
split them. You
You son
the
of a
son
bitch.
you son of a bitch. You're learning. I don't like this.
I listened to your
I don't
advice
like this
finally.
at all.
All right, so who's going first? The other guys? The
I
Henri,
need to
Pavel?
get this out of here. I don't think 8v2 is good odds.
Pavel can
4v2 we
go
could have
first.
taken.
All right, let's switch over here.
Okay. So there's 8 of them, huh? Okay.
There are 8. So, like I said, so these ones here look like they were the ones that cast the spell. They came through last. They waved their hands. The portals disappeared. The one beside it is also wearing robes, similar to that of maybe a spellcaster next to him. And these are the ones that have the staves on their backs and like the shorter sleeves and the shorter pant legs, like like they're ready to fight, maybe hand-to-hand style.
Is there like counterspell in this game?
There
Oh, yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
It's not automatic
No.
shutdown. It increases difficulty of
And I-
spells.
4
and I-
cast.
And I will say, I wasn't cheating. These guys legit come with a teleport spell. That's how they teleport over here. So they also are on a level playing ground with you, Pavel.
Sure they are. But
These are, I'll tell you what, I'll also tell you, just to make things even more tense. These are
this is-
Nemesis level enemies. These are the highest level enemies you can face because there's troopers,
Why does anyone give a complication?
Lieutenants.
This is so crazy.
All right, it's over to you guys. Go.
I will cast a spell. I'll burn some momentum and I'll cast a spell. And I will burn a point of fortune as well. Let's see. I will. How many fortune did you take? Or how many momentum did you take?
I already took it off, and I don't
okay.
need any more because my roll was enough for the momentum that I generated. I didn't put the momentum that I generated from my roll.
Yeah,
into
it's not in the pool yet.
So you get all 3. Take it.
Okay. All right. I will spend it. Okay, and then I will also spend fortune. All right, I'm going to cast a spell. I'm like, 1 second. Get. Okay, I got it. I got it this time.
I am just smoking. It's fine. Take your time. I'm not that worried.
And I will attempt to cast a spell.
Counterspell.
Happen to. Oh, no, he can if he wants.
It's just a reaction. I'm so terrified of the counterspell.
4 casters are at the same time.
We haven't really faced casters in any of our missions. This is a first for us.
1, 2, 4. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out exactly how many.
Yeah, no
dice
worries.
I should be spelling.
How's the music? People who are on the stream, is it not too loud? Can you hear it? I'll wait 30 seconds for the
Okay.
response.
So I already have 2 successes plus whatever this roll is.
Okay.
So I
2
have
more
4
successes. All right. Is that what you
Okay.
need?
Oh, yes, there's more than what I need.
Where are you going?
Okay.
How far can you go?
I can go long range. So any point within long range. I will go.
You could go
up
over the
ma-
wall. That would be long range.
I have to see it, so I can't see
Oh,
over the
okay.
wall. So I will take us up into the mountain.
Sounds
Find a
good.
Cliff.
Like if you look on your map, you are at the bottom of the mountains. There is a rock there to the north, so you can go up into the mountains. That's fine.
Oh my god, they're
And
gonna teleport
also-
after us.
But the thing is,
They
they're
can.
not gonna know exactly where we went because with the extra successes, I'm going to create cover, and so they might not necessarily have as easy time to see
Great.
us.
So they're all gonna go to the front door and fight the others.
Oh yeah, cool. That I'm fine with. We have mission to accomplish. Okay. All right. So, and I'll say what I'll say. I'll spend 1 threat instead of momentum because you needed to use a momentum to keep the turn, right? So I'll say take a
yes.
threat instead of
Leopold
the
need
last
it.
momentum.
I got
Yeah,
one
so we'll
single
do it.
thread, or
Yeah. Take the threat instead of take 1 threat instead.
Can I have
of
more
the
than
last
one?
momentum? No.
okay.
No. I think you've done enough, Matthew.
Okay.
And that's just my turn. So we are somewhere like as far up the mountain as we can, as my sight and long range will allow, with rocks and cover and roots, kind of giving us +2 cover.
Okay. I was gonna ask, do you want to spend the momentum to keep it? But technically,
Yep.
that momentum is for you to cast your spell, isn't it?
No, I already cast my spell. Remember, that was the roll up there that you told me to keep.
Okay.
And I got 4 successes. I only needed to get 2, so I already have the momentum I need. So we'll spend the 1 momentum to keep the turn. Then my spell goes off. I spend the 2 points of momentum that I would have made off of that 4 success roll. And Sergeant Morris and Lieutenant McKay and I now have an additional 7 points of armor. And every round on your
7.
turn, you regenerate 7 stress. However,
7 stress.
However, I do
Yes!
have to roll the drain because for any effect we get, you guys take mental drain minus your courage.
Ooh.
So you get 2 effects. So you take 2 mental stress minus your courage, but your courage is probably more than 2.
I have to do the same thing for Henri, by the way.
My brain!
He's not courageous.
So yeah, 7 additional points of armor and 7 points of stress regeneration every round for 7 rounds.
You guys are worried about dying.
Oh, yeah.
It's my birthday.
So
You're
happy.
fine.
Wait,
You're
what?
fine.
Roots
No
of the
effects.
Earth. Oh,
that
this
was
is
that was
to see
that
how
was
much
my
damage.
cost.
Yeah.
See this? Well, because I have the same thing. We're both weird. So essentially, if I roll effects, he would take mental stress from seeing.
I did
all
not
weird.
consent to that. That was not okay.
It was not consensual.
It was fine. With nothing. We're safe. Look at this. We make happy home in Cliffside.
No,
We'll live forever.
you farted and went nowhere. All of a sudden, 8 monks are in our face, and conveniently you decided how to cast. the
And you didn't
spell.
see any Germans either. And you guys don't see any Germans in the front. You know there's
Monks?
Germans in there somewhere.
I have no memory of this.
Well, it's their turn. I guess we'll find out what's going to happen
It
now.
is their turn. So I'm just gonna do them in clumps instead of doing like each individual one because that's gonna take for frickin' ever. So we'll do the the fighting monks. And I can't move them on that one. So move anywhere within medium range. I'm gonna say you guys are at long range right now between each other because the squares are so small. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right. So they all moved up for their action. Go. It's your turn.
Sergeant Morris, I believe they have come a-calling for you.
Are they? How far? Like, if I use my movement, could I get up to one?
Yes. So, yep, you can move anywhere within medium range. So they are now within medium range of you. So you could get up to one. Yep.
Okay, well, that sounds delightful.
That's the problem with them going first, but
Wee. Choo choo. So I'll do
choo
that.
choo.
I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'll use my they don't like it up advance, which gives me an extra dice on my initial attack.
Okay.
And sorry, I'm clicking it, but it's being a little slow to respond. There we go. Okay, it's agility with melee. Oh my god.
What? What?
I really want to make a statement on this first one.
I feel like you did.
So maybe I'll spend some does that
Well, you generated 4, right? Because
Yeah.
so you can spend however
Yeah,
many
you
want.
generate. Yeah, it's one.
I'll leave
You
a
only
couple
one
momentum,
success. So
but I want to spend like maybe 2 on damage. Just
sure,
'cause-
because you don't know how tough these guys are yet.
Yeah.
They're not wearing any armor. They're just wearing baggy clothes.
Mhm.
Even though it's freezing cold out here, they're just wearing
Yeah.
loose-fitting clothing. They have stabs on their backs. They're running at you. They're wearing these creepy skull masks. You don't know what these guys
So-
can do.
with drain, if that lowers their stress, does that kind of add on to? Super familiar with how that works.
Well, drain is it gives them fatigue, so their stress goes down. If their stress ever gets down to 0, then they're defeated.
Right. So,
but
it
it's
takes it
not
off
the
of
same thing as physical.
right. It takes it off their max number of stress they have. So like their max number of
I
hit
see.
points. If you
Exactly. Yeah.
Put it
I
that
see.
way.
I'm just gonna put it into a couple more dice of damage then.
yeah, that's the safe bet. 4 damage. Okay,
So little damage for.
that is really low damage for you.
Yeah.
So sad.
It's a lot of dice.
He doesn't have any armor, so he'll eat the 4 damage and just laugh at you.
It's rude and churlish.
Incredibly rude.
Okay. Do you guys want to spend momentum and keep the ball in your court, or what do you want to do here?
I don't think so.
No.
So, is it
Yes.
1 or 2 momentum to keep the turn? Because my cheat sheet says 2.
It is 2,
Momentum.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, is it 2?
So you'd have one more point of threat.
Yeah,
in
take
that.
another threat. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you spent 2, Jeremy, right?
I spent 2
Okay, so we got 2 in the
ineffectively.
bank.
I
Okay.
need a vicious weapon.
It is my turn.
Like a baguette.
The robed skull-faced monk, skull-masked monk, is going to move up amongst all these others. And then you see him start
Amongst
to
them?
wave his hand and
I will
Start-
try to counter spell. So I telepathically strike at him, and stray thoughts and static rip into his mind. Maybe.
this is a reaction.
Yep. That reaction.
Go for it.
Oh, let's see. How do I roll? Just power.
You can just roll any. Just click on any spell and just change the number of dice.
Yep. Good
That's what I
call. Good call.
Do you just need one effect or
Every effect he rolls increases the difficulty of the spell
Ah.
to be cast for the caster.
Nice.
That's why I went crazy when I cast.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, hit the wrong button.
I was like, what
Yeah, do
is going
the
on here?
cost one. Yeah. It's like
17
the
is
cost column.
Here we go. Okay.
one effect.
One effect. So difficulty goes up by 1.
By 1? Okay. Very good. So yeah, so he kind of stops and stutters, but then he continues moving his hands and saying some sort of weird incantation. He's looking over in the direction of the 3 of you. You, Dawa, and Ruby. I'm going to... Leo, you're 1. Dawa's 2. Ruby, you're 3 on who he's targeting. He's going for Dawa. Ooh.
Oh no.
He starts chanting. He was waving his hands around, and all of a sudden, these orbs of light seem to appear out of thin air, and they start swirling around him. I got to cast, and I'm going to spend some threat to get some extra dice here, because I have 1 extra difficulty.
Oh, and by the way, Dawa's armor and stress regeneration also went up by 7 because he
Okay.
was within range.
I feel like Dawa can hold his own. I'm
I
not gonna
hope so. I hope so.
Oh.
Whoa! All right, so I succeed, but you guys are gonna get some momentum.
We just get one.
Yeah.
So you get a momentum off that, but he succeeds. All of a sudden, these 3 orbs like jut through the sky and fly towards Dawa and slam into him.
And he's dead.
No, it's an attack spell. Hold on, I'm just reading it. Conjures 1, 2, or 3 spheres. Hurls an enemy. I didn't succeed, actually. So the difficulty's equal to the number of spheres, and you increased my difficulty to 1. I did 3 spheres, and you increased it to 4 with your counterspell. So the spheres start to fly through the sky, and they just kind of fizzle as they get closer and closer to Dawa and Leopold, and they just dematerialize.
Nice.
All right, that counterspell worked. All right, over to our heroes. Who wants to go next?
Ruby will go for sure, and she's gonna run up and help Sergeant Morris.
Oh yeah, get that thumb knife out.
I mean,
No,
he's bloodied.
well, yeah. So
She's got that nice silver dagger.
I do.
That's true.
So remember, it had the Bane quality, and I
Yep.
read what that did last week.
It's against
yes,
Mythos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it does regular damage against regular people.
Regular damage against regular people. I really just want to shoot this guy.
Okay. What are you using? What do you got for a gun?
I'm gonna use my silent pistol, even though
So
I don't really.
You're at medium range right now. You could move up and close that gap if you'd like to.
Did I not move up? Am I not?
Oh,
beside
you are there. Never mind. Sorry. I didn't see. There's a lot going on that map.
Jeez.
You're
Okay.
welcome for that silent pistol, by the way.
I know,
That's
I
future
really-
Henri's.
I really appreciate that.
What's the range on your pistol? Close.
It's close.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So there's
It's a long
no
since-
positive, no negative to your roll. You need to roll to hit though, before you can roll your damage, Pokey.
I want to. Oh. Ah!
Hold up there, Pokey. I don't know what Pokey is. Is that your?
Those are thumb knives.
That's your thumb knife, Pokey.
It's not my thumb knife. That's,
There we go.
That's like the
All
Bane
right,
one.
2 successes. So go ahead and give yourself a momentum. Pokey.
Be that yet? It was gonna be this grand.
Now roll your damage.
Fine.
5 damage. What's the effect on your
Okay.
pistol? Vicious.
Ooh.
6.
Six
Plus 1
damage.
stress
Damage.
inflicted. 6 damage to that monk. Okay.
And
So-
like right into the belly.
Yeah.
Huh. Not looking good for you guys over there.
No,
Okay.
it's not. So you run up, you shoot him point blank, and blood starts oozing out, and he looks down, and you see the mask just look back up at you, raises fists, and closes them, ready for combat.
Mortal Kombat!
It's still you guys, as far as you know. My other guys are on the other side of the map, so I can be moving them and stuff, but they're not going to play into this, my teleporters. So it's still over here. Whoever wants to go next. I don't have any more combatants in this area.
I think the only people left are Dawa and Henri.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Pavel, you teleport up into the mountains. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
yeah, I
you
want to
used
be, like, on the
extra
cliff or
momentum to have cover. So basically, you're like in
Right.
complete darkness. There's no lights or anything out here. There's fires burning. Remember, so like nothing. You're kind of like hidden from the light of the fire. Nobody can really see you. The shadows that are dancing on the rock next to you are keeping you hidden. Yeah, you're good. You can see down into this monastery, and there's buildings scattered everywhere. You see the antenna. You can see that there are German soldiers on top of that platform that the antenna's on. You can see at least 5 Germans up there in their uniforms. And looking down, those 8 combatants that approach you still seem to be where they're at when you teleport away, and they're kind of looking around up in the air, trying to figure out where you went.
Do we see the battle going on to the east in front of the
I'll say-
the fort?
you can see that there's a big skirmish. You guys are really far away. You're probably like 900 feet away at this point. So you can see there's something going on. There's a big grouping of people out at the front door. And you know that your party was headed to the front door.
Right. Henri will just turn to Pavel and say, "Good luck, my friend." And he's going to, with his night vision, go towards the antenna.
Your night
and
vision.
stealth. Yeah, he can see in the dark.
Oh, you
I have
bought
a talent.
You bought a talent. All right.
Yeah.
You need a lot of carrots or something there.
That's what it says.
Okay, so you're gonna stealth. Let's go ahead and do a stealth roll, please.
And that's agility stealth, right?
Yes, it is. It'll be, you're in the Dark Mountains. Pavel spent the momentum to get cover, so I'll make it a difficulty 1 here. Would have been a difficulty 2, but because Pavel did spend the extra to get you somewhere within cover, I'll decrease the difficulty by 1. Okay, there you
Nice.
go. Give yourself momentum.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna try. Go ahead.
I set up a hard encounter, but I am fair. Just remember that when you die. I am fair.
That is true.
Yeah, so he's going to where he thinks he could have a chance of disabling this antenna. From what
You're going to start heading in that direction. You're not going to get there
Yeah.
this turn, but you are. Yeah. So there's Germans. They've got Gavers. They're pointing them up into the mountains. They're down into the monastery. They don't know what's going on. So they're looking up. They're looking down. But you're hidden in the shadows, moving towards this antenna relay on top of this massive giant platform. Remember I said it was 100 feet tall. This thing's huge, and you're heading towards that big structure.
Right, he is Naruto running with a baguette.
You are
in his
Naruto.
mouth. Yes.
God. So Dawa is just gonna step behind you, Leopold, and pull out his dagger, and he looks scared. He is frightened. He is a child.
Dawa, should things start to go against us, my young friend, you must withdraw and let your people know that we have encountered stiff resistance and possibly failed.
No, we can't. I can't. What if you all fall? I can't let that happen.
If we all fall, my friend, then you will have no chance by yourself. Stay close, but if you see it going very badly for us, be prepared to withdraw.
What would the llama say?
He would say you are smart to understand when it is time to withdraw and when it is time to attack. We may still win through, do not go far, but be prepared to run if it is necessary.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Morse is waving him forward.
Dawa, get up here. All right, let's go.
Tiny
Get
ship
in
for
here.
you.
Let's do this.
Let's go to the next round. So you guys are up first.
How so there's you said there's a group of Germans below me.
You can see at
by
least
this-
5. They're not really below because you went up into the mountains. I'll say you're
Yeah,
looking at
we're
that
in a
map
cliff
again. You're off to
somewhere.
the left of that antenna relay, but they are
Mhm.
on that big raised platform. So that the antenna's on.
Are they within a
Germans.
distance I could drop? I don't know.
They are-
a whirlwind.
They are at
Or something?
extreme range,
Okay,
both
yeah,
for
that's
you
what I
and
was
them. If they were to shoot at you, it would probably be impossible.
Okay. I don't have
Henri is
anything, so somebody
moving
else has
over to them.
something.
You can start. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody else has an idea. Go for it. I'll think some more.
Leo would move up to close range. To there.
Okay.
Am I in close range there?
Yeah, you're in close range.
Then I will telekinetically reach out to the blue hat monk, the caster.
Yeah, in the middle there.
Yep, and telekinetically grasp him. Or try
Oh my
to.
goodness, what does this do? What does this look like? We haven't seen this yet, have we?
No, yeah, it's just when he picks things up with his
Oh,
mind.
okay. I thought you were going to
Makes
take
them-
over his mind, telekinetically grasp his mind. I
Oh
thought.
no.
Okay.
I wish. No.
It's the
But,
meatball special.
This
but
is the
there's
meatball
actually
special.
there's a very interesting ritual that you can get to do that. But no, he's just going to telekinetically grasp a hold of him to make this individual helpless. And then he is going to, if he succeeds, he is going to slam him down into the monk that's standing next to Ruby.
Okay.
So first,
Thanks.
and once again, you guys feel the draw of energy through your subconscious minds, almost as if your dreams are being sucked out of you. As he, and I'm going to spend 1 momentum if that's okay to get an extra die.
You guys are almost at max. You might as well spend them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I getting threat?
You are getting threat. Yes, we're not in a position. I only need 1 success,
Okay.
so we get the momentum back.
I will take my threat. Thank you.
He is grasped, and then I slam him down into the monk that's standing next to Ruby, and both of them take damage equal to
What?
10 damage.
Jesus.
What?
10 damage, and the monk is still helpless for another 6 rounds.
6 rounds. The caster is helpless for 6 rounds. What? Okay. Woo. So the one by Ruby is sitting there. He's got his fists up. He's ready to fight her, and all of a sudden, slam! He's unprepared, and this other monk, this blue robe, lands right on his head. You hear his neck snap. He dies.
Now, that also has a stun capability, but I'm assuming two effects isn't going to be enough to get
That
past
was enough
his
to kill him.
resistance.
The other one, though, how much damage did you do? 10. Okay.
10.
He takes an injury. He's not dead, but he takes an injury.
And he is helpless.
And
And
he is
floating in the
helpless.
air.
So you did 10 damage. He's actually going to take 2 injuries, won't he? Because you did more than 5 damage. And... Yep. Oh, that does not... Okay, that does not exceed his stress. Okay, good. One injury. I'm going to say he has a broken leg.
Nice.
When coming down. I think that's only fair. Dropping him from a height onto one of his compatriots. Killing his compatriot who didn't do a very good job breaking his fall. So he has a broken ankle, we'll say. So he's screaming pain. So he does have 1 injury, though.
Sergeant Morris, I am up by 1 already. You must catch up, my friend.
I'm trying, but like in all due fairness, like you're cheating with this brain nonsense.
And yeah, he's still up, 1 injury. So he's gonna have negatives to any agility-based rolls at this point. Anything that involves agility, we'll give him negatives to. Be it a physical injury. Okay. Who do you guys want to spend the momentum to keep it going, or do you want to hand it over to me?
You can take it.
Okay. With that, we see some German soldiers appear. They run out of the gates, guns raised.
Guten Morgen.
It's time for some Nazi punching after all, my friends.
Guns out! They come running out. Stop the intruders! Get them! And they're gonna start firing at you guys.
Now, do they look like normal German soldiers, or do they look like, super soldiers?
They are not super soldiers, so they.
Okay.
So they're Knocked Wolf troopers. If I were to put a name on them, so they have uniforms on. They've got the armband with the wolf's paw on it, but they don't look like super soldiers, if you will. What do I got? What do I got for weapons here? MP40s. I like MP40s. You guys are within close range. Yeah. Machine gun time. Alright, we'll do 1, 2 is Ruby, 3, 4 is Morris. We're gonna hit Ruby twice. So she's gonna two of them are gonna shoot at Ruby and then one of them at Morris. With MP40s.
Yikes.
I'll spend a threat. I'll get an extra die. You guys are really hard to hurt. Alright. I'll take that. That's my success that I needed to hit you. I'm going to spend some more threat on some damage here, Ruby. I'm sorry.
I don't think you are.
So sorry. But don't they have like crazy armor?
Yeah. I need to spend money or threat on damage dice. Because I do 5 damage. It doesn't even hurt you. So they run out. Stop the intruders! MP40s are going off, and like it hits your magical armor. Like
yeah. The telekinesis slightly bends it away from you. Is
Morris looks like he's about to use his guardian talent, and it's like, oh man.
All right, the next one hits you, Ruby. We'll spend a little bit more. I'm going through threat fast here. I'm just telling you guys. You damn armor.
good.
4 damage. Again, nothing. And then the last one at Morris, do I even bother rolling? Hits him.
Well, you can get threat, I guess. You can farm threat.
That's true. That's true.
It's true.
8 damage. Which
That's so close. You're only like
6
away from tying my armor. So if you could get 15, you do one.
All right, back
Man,
to you guys.
Matt, I feel for you so bad.
Jeff understands. Jeff
Seriously,
gets
man, I get it. I get
It.
it.
Jeff gets it.
What kind of bastards would create these?
And you guys were worried going
So
into
fun.
this. I wasn't. All right, it's over to you guys. It's your turn.
Can I go?
Of course.
Excellent. So I'm going to shoot the spellcaster.
Yes, the one
Yeah.
who's sitting there hobbling on one
Helpless.
foot.
He's floating in the air, actually.
Oh, he's floating in the
helpless.
air, so you hit him. Go ahead and roll your damage. All right. How do you execute him as he's floating helpless in front of you? Where do you hold your gun and finish him off?
So like how far up is he?
He's like 5 feet off the ground.
5 feet off the ground. So like naturally, like my arm's gonna go like this, and it's gonna go right up his nose and out the back of his head. Totally.
Naturally.
Nice.
Whew.
This is getting dicey, hey?
Indeed.
This is a dangerous game we're playing, eh?
Yeah, but you guys are succeeding. You have nothing to worry about here.
This is like 3% of the monastery.
Shh. Don't remind them. Let them have this false sense of accomplishment. All right. Do you guys want to spend the momentum? Keep it in your corner, or can I go?
I say go for it.
Yep.
I get to go. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can't hurt them, so.
We're gonna need
I
the
know.
momentum when the serious people start coming to kill us.
I know I can't hurt them. That's the problem. Sorry, I just apparently my PDF is closed. Got to go back to the book.
How long
here.
does the Nirvana thing last?
7 rounds, so 5 more rounds.
Oh, okay. It's a battle of attrition here.
Battle of attrition.
Oh, then I'll have to cast it again. But yes,
All right, I'm gonna go with my monks are going to move in and attack.
So the one next to me is on the ground at the moment.
He's on the ground. Okay, so he has to spend his fast action to stand up.
Not that. Yeah, that doesn't matter too much.
So how many of these monks have baguettes, would you say?
How many?
Yeah.
None of them. But some.
Okay,
more,
it's probably the other side. I
Some more
understand.
come pouring out. As well. But they can't reach you this round. But they enter the fray. Okay, so there's gonna be 2 on Ruby and 3 on Morris. So the one I'm just gonna go from here clockwise. We'll start with Ruby. He doesn't pull his staff. He sees that his dead brother at your feet that you shot. He's gonna try and hit you. He's gonna try and hit you, Ruby. And he does critically.
Ooh.
He's gonna try to hurt you, which we know is impossible. For 8 damage.
No, no, you can't. Yes.
So he hits you, and the impact just doesn't even phase you. He hits this invisible barrier. You see this like light or electricity. The other one's gonna try and hit you, and he
actually
does.
gives a ripple effect, like
A ripple?
in the water, just a kind of. Boop.
Doing not enough damage. I've learned now I'm not going to spend my threat because I know how many rounds I have left before I can hurt you. The next one is on Sergeant Morris. Completely misses. He's intimidated. The next one hits you, Morris. What the hell? I've been getting some threat. Let's spend it. Even though I can't hurt you. 7 damage. Nothing.
I'm not gonna spin my threat. All right, I'm gonna spin it.
Hey, that's enough out of you. And the last one, you guys get a momentum because I rolled a critical failure, but he still hits you and does no damage. Okay, over to you guys.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll punch a different guy that I haven't hit yet. One to the left of me, the one that could potentially hit Ruby. So
Oh, I put he's not unconscious. I just put that on there because that's when you hit. Okay.
So since he's the guy I haven't hit yet, I can do my bonus dice thing again. And
Yeah, that's a hit. Critical. Okay.
I'll spend 2 to then let this attack hit both him and the guy above me who I've already hit.
Yes. Okay.
Because we were already at 6, so I'll just
Yep.
spend that
Yeah.
to keep us there, and I'll spend 2 more that takes us down to 5.
Okay.
and put 2 damage into it. And I'll do it with the. Yeah, there we go. So 2 more for damage. Good times. Good times.
Oh, again, a low roll for you.
It is what it is. But I got to hit 2 people with it.
Interesting. All right, you do not finish off the one to the north of you. He's still up. He looks like he's really hurt. He's like struggling to stay up. He's pulled out his staff now. He's kind of leaning on it. The other one you hurt as well. Very good. All right, they're both hurt, but they're not dead or down. Did you?
That's it.
You still need to bite near. Okay, so over to me, or do you guys want to keep it?
Nah.
Nah. You speak for the others.
We're
Well,
waiting,
I'm
we're
the
waiting for
one to
bad
go,
stuff.
so
All right.
Pavel hasn't gone yet either, right?
You see one of those really bad-looking casters that were on the other side. The one that teleported in the other guys runs out there to join the fray on your side now.
All right,
You're looking
that's
down,
gonna hurt.
Pavel and Henri. Those 8 combatants that you saw down below you have now disappeared. They've reopened gates and they've gone back. From what you watched them, they went back into the monastery behind the walls. They reappeared inside the monastery. Okay, so he runs over there. Does he have anything he can cast at range? Let me see. Does he have... What range spells does this guy have?
Don't forget that you're going to have to spend a threat to get an extra minor action. Because if you're going to cast a spell, you have to do the prepare
Oh, thank you.
a spell minor action. Yeah.
I appreciate that. As someone who's not cast a spell
Technically-
yet. No, it's good because I haven't used any spellcasters, so
I frequently
push.
forget that.
push your imaginary glasses up, Jeff.
well, actually, yeah. So I have to take. He has to take a threat if he's going to cast something, or I have to spend a threat. You said.
You have to take the cast a spell minor action.
Okay.
Or excuse me, you have to take the prepare action, minor action before you take the cast a spell major action.
So
You
it
get
takes
some
it takes
extra.
1 point of threat to do another minor
Yeah,
action.
I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
I see. Okay.
Let me just quickly take a look at this spell here. Wow. Okay.
It pierces through armor of Nirvana. That's so weird.
Okay. I can't do it this round. Okay. Cool. Over to you guys.
Do you know what you want to do, Pavel?
Pavel.
I have an idea, but you can go ahead.
Okay. Well, Henri is just continuing his journey. I'm not sure what was happening with him. He's just continuing to the antenna with bread in his mouth.
So you're just gonna keep moving. I'm not gonna make you reroll stealth. You're gonna just keep moving closer and closer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll say next round you can reach the platform that the antenna's on, but you will need to roll stealth if you want to get onto it without being seen because they're. Now that you're here, you can see that there are 7 Noctwolf soldiers.
Perfect.
Kind of
Five.
looking around. They get their rifles raised. They don't know what's going on. Pointing,
Not looking
shouting.
below. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Back to me. What do I have left? I used everybody, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Do you got who's left? That's it for you guys? Dawa?
Pavel.
Pavel.
Pavel's gotta go.
What do you want to do?
So you said I'm extreme range.
You're
right?
extreme range. That's why it's taken him like 3 rounds. Because if you remember the distances, like where you kind of went up in the mountains and where the antenna is, they're like that distance. So it's like hundreds of feet away. So you can start closing the gap.
Okay.
It would take you 2 turns to get to long range, and it's taking Henri 3 turns to get like basically on the platform.
Okay. So okay.
Does that make sense?
Well, I guess I'm just confused because like my spell can only go long range. So like, but we were within long range.
So you went long range of where you
of-
were standing.
So we're just
You
kind
would
of going
still be
up into the.
Extreme, because so this thing's 100 feet in the air that they're on. So that's 100 feet right
Mhm.
there. Plus you're probably another I'll go back and think probably another 100 feet away on top of that. Like, distance-wise from, like, where they were in relation.
Okay.
100 feet up and 100 feet across, if that makes sense.
I will aim for another somewhat obscure point, not immediately on that platform, but relatively close to that platform,
Okay.
and try to teleport myself.
So
there.
still on the outside, or still on the mountain? Sorry?
Yeah, I wanna kind of be within like longish range if I can. I'm gonna spend a couple momentum.
Gotcha,
As well to
okay.
cast.
Yeah.
So I basically want to be at worst within long range of the platform, but we'll see how this goes. So it's the Earth.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the distances on the ranges. Yeah, they would be extreme where they're at now. So yeah, you're gonna do another long range jump to move long range.
Yeah.
So I'd say with this jump then, because you can move long range with it, you would be within long range of them after doing this. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
That does. So I generate I'm gonna go ahead and there's one complication to go ahead and take through threat.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use 2 of the 3 momentum I generated
Holy
to give
crap.
myself cover again.
Yep.
And then the extra momentum will go to the pool.
To the pool.
And that's my turn.
All right, so that's the end of the round. I believe everybody else is gone except for Dawa. He's gonna
Stay put.
stand there with his dagger out. He's gonna move closer to that little shrub and stay put. So back to the top of the turn order. Who wants to go first?
Do you guys mind if I try to hit this spellcaster before he gets us?
Go for it.
Please do. Please do.
Okay, so Leo will move around to get into close range. If he can he make it to close range?
Not to the spell. You want to go all the way
To medium
because you can
range?
move medium, yeah. Because you can move medium range, yeah.
Okay. I just gotta check something real quick. Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to get a second minor action. And then I am gonna spend 1 momentum to do this at medium range. And 1 momentum to get an extra die, if that's okay, guys.
Please
That
do.
was for my
To try
cast, sorry.
to deal with him. Okay.
What do I got? I got 4 more rounds till your spell wears off. 4 more rounds. That's all I got to hold out.
Yep.
Okay.
After this round, 4 more rounds. This is my 3rd round. Okay. Yes. So we get 1 momentum back.
2 successes. Okay.
And he is grasped, and I slam the spellcaster down into this northernmost Knockwolf soldier.
Did you get to resist at all, or no?
No.
Okay.
You could have tried to counterspell before I cast my
No,
spell,
but there's no. It's because I know, like, looking at the spells prepping for this,
Yep,
like there
yep.
are like counter rolls for some of them. So that's what I was curious.
Yep.
No, I don't.
I'll-
I'm not.
I'll-
no counter.
I'll double check, but I don't think there's
Okay.
a counter.
I don't know.
No,
so-
it's just the
Okay.
Okay, so let's get some good damage here.
Yeah,
please.
roll the damage like you did last time. Oh,
11
or
damage.
Even better.
4 effects. So it's stunned. It's stunned. So if their resistance is less than 4 or less, then they're stunned.
Resilience.
Resilience, that is. Sorry.
Okay. The caster is not stunned, but the trooper is. Well, the trooper's dead. Actually, the Nazi's dead.
But the caster is helpless and floating 5 feet
So you
off
did
the
11
ground.
damage. Okay, that's not. So it's. Oh. So it's going to give him an injury because it did more than 5 damage. So we'll twist / break an ankle again. We'll keep going with that. Same attacks. We'll do the same
And
thing.
I'm going to spend a fortune point to take another major action and give you a point of threat. Take us down to 0 momentum. And I am going to telekinetically crush the spellcaster.
What?
Yep.
How dare you?
I know. It's rude, but I'm going to do
Put
it.
paralyzed on him to represent his broken ankle, twisted ankle, whatever it is. His negative to agility rolls.
Okay.
So you're gonna meatball him, are you?
Yep.
He takes 8 more damage.
8 damage.
Piercing 2. 5 effects.
Okay. So 8 damage. Yes.
So minus up to 10 points of his armor.
Okay. So 10 damage total. Is that correct? He will take 2 more injuries because of that. Because you're going to go over his stress, which will cause him a injury, and he's going to take, and plus the 5 damage causes an injury. So that's 2 more injuries. So what does this look like? What is it? You're gonna kill / incapacitate him. What does that look like?
It looks pretty much like he's always done before. He just kind of folds all of this caster's bones into the middle of his body.
Okay.
And just keeps squeezing. Blood is trying to burst out, but the telekinesis is pulling it back in and layering the outside of his body in gore.
You see, Dawa, it's fine. Come on in.
All right.
Bring your knife.
But
yes.
I do have to.
I said this. Are you getting hurt by these spells that you keep casting?
That's
Yeah,
what we have
seems
to.
like there's no repercussions.
No downside to
so far.
cast these crazy
Yeah.
spells.
Well,
Magic
see,
is super
fortunately, my
tough.
courage is ridiculous, just like Sergeant
Yeah.
Morris's physical resistance. So, but there were 2 effects. So, Ruby and Sergeant Morris would both have to resist 2 stress with their courage for the first time, and for the second major action, once again, they would have to resist it with their courage.
You guys have
Just
more than
like
2 courage?
Ball rodeo. Yeah, I'm
I have
fine.
2 courage.
Okay. You're fine. All right, over to me. More monks pouring out. All the monks running out of this monastery. How many more turns? How many more turns?
4 more. I've got 4 more turns.
All right, all right. All right, so it's the monks who are going. Oh, we got these ones here. So these ones are going to shift around you. They're going to make room for some new ones. Actually, no. This one will go over. Leo's nice and close now. I'll go over to Leo. Even though they can't hurt any of you. All right, so 2 on Ruby. Yeah, keep gaining
Nice.
threat. That's the only thing I can do here. Keep gaining threat. And no damage. Next one. Give me the threat. I'll give you guys momentum instead. No damage. Oh, yeah. Basically, all I'm doing at this point is generating threat. Because I don't think I can hurt you guys. Which is okay.
It's
Getting
fine.
some good rolls.
We're just, we're creating what would be an awesome splash page in a comic right now.
It's true. It's very true. All right. Leo, nothing on you. I spent a little threat there. See if they could hurt you after you did what you did to their buddy. And nothing. All right. All my monks have gone. Back to you guys.
Yeah, well, if I'll go. I'll just continue to. Where did it go? Where did it go?
Continue to thumb knife them.
I don't want to thumb knife them. I have to kill these guys.
Pokey.
I've limited. No, I'm gonna do. Where is it? Where did it go?
Thumb knife. Just click it.
No, not.
Oh! Can I have
Oh.
threat or complication?
Oh, a threat. 100% threat. Oh my gosh.
He's gonna use like 10 threat on somebody, and someone's about to get walloped.
I could at this point. I have a lot. I have no cap, right? So I'm sitting on a lot of threat, even though I've been spending them.
That's what you should do. Do like a 50 dice roll on something.
Yeah, but it takes 6 dice to get 3 dice.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
One for the
fix
first
that.
one, 2 for the next, and so on and so on.
Does our cap of 6 momentum ever increase?
No,
Fair.
not as far as I know, unless there's a talent or something that would do so.
Fair. Good to know.
Back to you.
That's it. Oh, hey. Yeah, you missed. Oh, back to me. Thank you. I didn't even realize. More Noctwolf.
Ooh, getting spicy over there.
More Noctwolf. All right, and they all get to
Only
fire.
A few more rounds.
I know. How many Noctwolf I got? I got 4 and 3 targets up close. So one of them is going to hit Ruby's 1, Morris's 2, Leo's 3. I'm gonna try to hit Leo twice. Not like I can do damage. All right.
I don't know. You can.
We hit a Ruby. We do not harm a Ruby. We do not hit a Ruby. Oh, that was for Jonathan, sorry. Leo, we also miss. And Leo, we hit. And do no damage. All right, back to you guys. Story of my life. I am generating threat at this point. When this damn spell wears off,
You can go,
effed.
Jeremy.
You can just cast it again, though, man.
I know he can. I know.
All right.
That's why I was so curious why you guys were worried about this. I'm like, you guys have this.
Well, yeah, but we haven't really faced like more than one sorcerer at a time, or
All right.
any super soldiers
That's
at the
my
moment
cue.
either.
That's my cue.
All right. Well, I'll continue being a jerk. I'll attack one guy who... No, I should finish him off. I'll finish off the guy who's hurt really bad. That seems like the thing to do. That's the heroic thing to do.
Oh,
Bite his ear off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There we go.
The one that's north of you?
Yeah. Won't spend anything. 'Cause the one who's the most damaged.
Okay. Go
I'll
ahead.
just lean in,
No,
eight
shield
damage.
bash him,
Yeah, how do you kill him?
rip his ear off,
Yes.
clang him in the face with the shield, spit the ear off into the guy next to me who's still standing.
Smile at Dawa. Come on, keep going.
All right.
And Dawa, get in here. It's fine. Come on. Stab this one. He's injured. Come on.
Back to me.
Yep.
All right. 2 more of this junior sorcerers run out.
Ah, now we're in trouble.
They did their minor action this round already.
They haven't graduated yet, though. Don't worry. We're still learning.
So I have
This
to
feels
pay
like
threat.
the end of Lord of the Rings, where like they're fighting. at
I
the
know,
gates,
right?
Just drawing everything out. Like Evan and I are just.
Yeah, you spend
Just
a
have to
threat
wait
for each
for
of
the
them to
rest
get
of them.
another minor action.
Yeah, we have actually yet to accomplish anything, but we're working on
I
it.
haven't done anything.
Working on it.
We'll give you an E for effort.
Okay, go, guys.
Well, so Henri can make it to the platform this round.
You can make
right?
this platform, but there are like braziers with fires in them, and it's all lit up. It's illuminated, so you will be stepping on the shadows. Or you could try to like sneak behind like these braziers and try to sneak from cover to cover using the shadows. It will be difficult, but you could attempt to stealth again. I will make you re-roll at this point.
And there's like a building or room I'm trying to go into.
No,
that
so
leads-
it's like flat stone on top. There is an antenna that has been erected. Now that you're close, you can see all sorts of cables like
Okay.
running up and intertwined in this antenna tower, running down. You can see them going down off the side of the this platform, this stone platform, and down into the monastery. Like I said, there's all sorts of tattered prayer flags like fluttering in the wind off this antenna tower. It doesn't look like the power source to this is here. Like I said, you see a whole bunch of cables of various sizes all snaking off the
and
side
they're just
of this
going
thing.
like down, like the
Going down,
cables?
yeah, going down.
Mm,
There, it looks like there is also a box on the antenna that may house, like possibly like fuses and breakers and things like that on the side of it. And
yeah,
like I said,
Henri
you have
will try to-
seven Noctwolf are up here.
sneak to that box. If he needs to take
Ooh.
out somebody that might be on the way, he could do that.
Ooh, do you have a talent for that?
I might.
Well, what's your talent? Well, let's lay it out.
Okay, so he has assassination, which
Yep.
he can spend 2 momentum to get intense on his weapon, and if he kills whoever or defeats whomever he attacks, it is not heard by anyone. But he also has exploit weakness, which when you attack an unaware enemy, you get piercing 2.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
There is okay, so yeah, kinda. There are soldiers spread out on this platform, so you would have to go through a soldier to get there. So you're gonna have to make a stealth roll to get up to him unnoticed.
Okay.
Hey, Diesel Shot, thank you for the raid.
All right,
So
I'll
the
spend
stealth will be a difficulty of 3. 3.
3.
Yeah, man.
You got this.
All right, I'll spend 1 so we can have. I'll have 3 dice, right? Oh yeah, I can always spend fortune. Okay.
You can spend fortune to get an automatic crit.
And is this adventure just supposed to be this temple, or is there more?
This section, your quest is this monastery.
Okay, so we would get it back after the end of the monastery.
Maybe. You're talking about like this chapter that we're
I'm
currently
talking
on?
about I'm talking about fortune, like when we would get it back.
When
like,
you're done
recover.
this chapter, this leg of the journey. So when we go to our next destination
Okay.
is when you get it back.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I'm not going to spend the momentum yet. I'm going to spend 1 fortune to do an auto crit, and then I just roll normal on top, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess one of your dice would be
Minus
an
one
auto
die.
crit. Yeah, -1 because one of them is your auto crit.
Oh, I see.
Right, you're
Oh, so
turning
should-
one of them into a crit.
Okay. Then I'm gonna still spend 1 because I'll be able to make them. I might be able to make them back. So then I can just still roll 2 and we just count the auto crit. Okay, so I gain it back. And he is sneaky like ninja.
So you have 4 successes, right? So yeah, you got your momentum
Yes.
back. So you sneak up, you wait till there's a break. They're kind of like moving around, they're patrolling. They got like I said, they got their guns out. They're long range guns. They got their gavers, right? So these are the long range ones. Their rifles are out, and you wait. 2 of them are kind of talking. They break away. And one of them's sitting there. He's got his gun up in the air, and he turns his back to you. And you sneak between the shadows, and you get up behind him. And go ahead, and make your roll for attack. I'm not giving you any negatives or anything for this. Your stealth was your move.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend. I have to spend the 2 for the assassinate. I'm gonna spend the last one. See if I can make it back for Jeff. Okay, so I gotta look at all this stuff.
Yeah, because Jeff's
now.
within long range now.
Well, but I mean, Henri doesn't know where Jeff
I
is.
know. But does he know where
all
Gregor
right.
is? Gregor's stolen your smokes and is just sitting there in the mountainside smoking.
And Melee's
Just
agility,
see plumes of smoke coming up from behind a rock somewhere.
right, Jeremy? Melee's agility for rolling
Yeah.
to hit. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have 3 dice. Okay, you can have a threat.
You're not giving me a complication here?
Nah.
This would be the perfect place for a complication.
That would be fun.
Okay, so then I
It
roll
would.
damage. And it doesn't get any additional. Oh, I get intense on it, which that's damage per effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it did 8.
So 8 total damage against the Noct Wolf. Noct Wolf have armor, unlike these monks.
I would almost wonder if
Is it
he would
piercing
try
too?
to. It is, but I don't have any effects though, right?
Right.
Nope.
Okay, so just straight 8 damage, okay? So you get up behind him, he's got his back to you, you bring your dagger up, your knife, plunge it into his back.
A baguette, you
Ah! Whatever, your baguette. He screams as you do so. Oh.
Yeah. I don't think-
Wait. Let's see with his armor. Actually, no, you kill him. Yeah, you actually kill him. All
Then
right,
he makes no noise.
you subdue him. As
I
he
think-
starts to collapse, you grab his body before it hits the ground, and you drag it over into the shadows being cast by the fires.
And then I get a cardboard box and put it over me.
Yeah.
And I walk
Dun,
towards
dun,
the,
dun, 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 dun.
and I start heading towards the box.
Yeah, you start heading towards the box. Okay, well, end your turn like at the box then.
Nice.
Sorry, Jeff. I try to get you momentum, but
It is now Pavel's turn.
I don't think there's anything Pavel can do.
You're at long range now, though.
yeah,
So you want
That's
momentum,
fine,
though, right?
but Yeah, it's not so much the momentum. It's just if I don't if, like you're saying, you keep saying they're spread out. So if
Yes,
they're
they are spread out.
There's So then there's So Pavel's just gonna stay in the.
You can have
Stay
a
around.
sweeping tornado.
I could drop a tornado, but I feel like that would just hurt Henry or Henri's thing. Yeah, I mean it's medium range if they're spread out. I just
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna hang out.
All right, top of the turn order then, I believe. Who wants to go first?
Ooh, I guess you guys should, because you guys are in danger. I should not go. So,
They're not in danger.
well,
They are not in danger at all.
All right, this is the 4th out of 7 rounds.
3 more.
Hey, Sergeant Morris, why don't you go and see if you can build a little bit of momentum? Because I'm going to need momentum to do anything I was going to do.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, just for good times, I'm gonna step this way because I haven't punched that guy yet.
All right.
That gives me bonus attack dice because it's my first time. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I was just looking at the time.
Oh my god!
Well, there's all the momentum you lost back.
It's just he goes from biting the ear off the one guy, shoving the shield into his face, and it's just this spinning back fist pirouette. He's just having the time of his life. It's so much fun.
I've had the time of my life.
Is that what Dawa's doing in the back with the boombox?
Yes. He's holding it over his head. Let's see this damage. I hope you kill him in one hit. These guys may not have armor, but they actually have really good stress. They have good HP.
I'll spend 2 stress to hit twice. Because the guy that was beneath me before I moved, he's been hit already, right?
Yes.
So I'll spend the 2 momentum to hit both him and the guy I just moved up to.
Side to side. Okay.
All right.
Spend that momentum that you just generated.
I will. 'Cause that seems fun. And I surely, on 10 dice, can roll better damage.
Surely. Man, my baguette did more damage.
I know, man. Every time I try and use the sword, in theory, the sword should be doing me some solid damage.
Kopesh,
but it's
yeah.
just...
You know what we should do? We should put Kopesh in the baguette, and then...
Okay, so you kill the one behind you that was previously injured. As you swing your Kopesh in the air, you just right through his chest. He drops to the ground. The other one, you slash, but he's still alive. Not like he can do anything to you. Did you guys want to spend those 2 momentum to keep in your court? Or you want to go over to them?
Your turn.
Yeah, like I said, not like I can do anything to you.
Huh?
I think you could hurt Leo if you burned a bunch of threat.
It's possible.
Do I want to burn threat at this point, or do I want to hold out?
Hey, we don't know. You got all the cards.
Yeah, we don't know what you got behind your wall.
We're just not taking any damage.
You have umpteen amount of bad guys in the
Well,
temple.
you
Do
know,
you feel like the minute you or I become noticeable, though, Henri, we're screwed because we don't have the defensive thing, and Matt's gonna take it all out on us.
You've got 6 Knocked Wolf left over by you guys. Yeah, it's true, right? You don't have any shields. Shit. All right. All right. 2 on Ruby, 2 on Morris, and 3 on Leopold. Like I said, it's not like it's gonna hurt you guys. Don't worry.
you know, copy pasting those tokens is a beautiful thing. Just keep making as many as you want.
Oh yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. It's true, right? Ooh.
You got lots of threat.
I'm gonna spend some of that threat. I'm gonna up my damage here. See if I can hurt Ruby. 9 damage. Is that enough?
That matches my armor.
Ah! Damn it! Damn it!
Oh man, I had my reaction ready to go just in case. That's the sad thing is if you ever do hurt one of them, I'll just spend my reaction.
Oh, that's right. All right, I hit you.
Because I'm a jerk.
I'm not even gonna roll. I'm not even gonna roll damage against you. I'm just rolling a hit. See if I get
Oh, wow.
threat.
Nice threat.
Let's go to Leo. 2 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 on Ruby, 2 on Morris. 3 on Leopold. 3 Roll to hit, miss. Roll to hit. Hit. I'll spend some of this that I just generated. I can maybe hurt you.
You could hurt Leo. He doesn't have.
Maybe hurt you.
He didn't have a lot in the back.
Nope,
Ooh.
but I don't, even with 7 damage, and the effect on it is subtle, so it just means you don't hear it. So those effect dice
close.
mean nothing.
So close.
And then the last one on you. I can't even damage you. Alright, it's over to you guys. Who wants to go?
I will go if it's okay. I will spend the 2 momentum to use my telekinetic grasp at medium range. And I will attempt to grab the northernmost spellcaster.
Yep.
And slam him into the southernmost spellcaster.
How did I know you're going to do that?
It's a reasonable thing to do. But, I don't know, might not do as well this time. We don't have a lot of momentum backing us up. So, but, yep, all I needed was 1 success.
Alright, so you pick him up.
And
Toss
let's do some damage.
Roll low this time. Okay,
7 damage.
7's not bad.
7 effects, so that's stun.
Yeah.
So unless their resilience is greater than 7,
Nope.
which it might be.
Nope, not these junior detectives.
Okay, so the one is still helpless, and they're both stunned, but let's see if we take some mental stress from that.
So they're both going to take...
Nope.
So they both take damage, and they're both we're gonna do that. We're just gonna keep rolling with the same truth. We're gonna roll their ankles. They're gonna get negatives to anything that's agility based because that's what we've been doing. But they're stunned. They're stunned for how many rounds?
They are stunned for the number of rounds of the effects, I think.
So 7 rounds.
And
Dear Lord.
The one to the north is helpless for 7 rounds or until he dies.
Okay, but the other one is not.
No, he's just stunned.
Okay.
They're both stunned, and one is helplessly held in telekinetic grasp.
Gotcha. Okay.
Still only counts as 1.
For the record, Henri, I have not been copying and pasting. I have had all of these guys prepped and ready on the other side of the gate. I'm not even kidding. Set number of bad guys. But I could copy and paste. It's not a bad idea.
I was wrong. They're only stunned for their next turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Is it my turn? Oh, yeah, you guys only have 1 momentum. Knocked wolf time, I suppose. We'll see who's getting the extra attack again this round. Dawa! That was hiding. It's Leopold again. MP40s, rat-a-tat. I'll give you guys some momentum. Give you some momentum and fail.
Holy smoke complications, man. There's been 7.
We've had a lot. 6 damage does not hurt you, Sergeant Morris. 1 MP40 misses Leopold, and the other one can hit, but will not do any damage.
Good. Leo's squishy of all
7,
of us.
but that does not go through your
close,
shield.
though.
Close.
Does not go through your shield. All right, over to you guys.
So yeah, Ruby's gonna try her gun again. It's the only thing that I can do.
Ooh.
Excellent. So that's an extra dice, yeah?
Ah, yes.
If you
2.
want it to.
Oh,
you mean momentum?
You got a crit. Yeah, you only need 1
Yeah.
success, so 2 momentum.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give myself
Pew pew.
right.
3 damage.
Oh,
3 effects, so vicious, so it's 6 damage.
6 damage.
He's okay.
He's okay.
These guys, like I said, they don't have armor, but they are pretty damn tough. These dub-dubs, that's the name of the martial artists.
Dub-dub.
Dub-dub.
Dab.
Dub-dub. Okay. Back to me. Unless you guys want to spend the momentum, you do have the 3. Dub-dub. I don't think there's anything I can do, to be honest. My guys are stunned, and the knocked wolf have already gone. The ones that are by the radio towers not aware of Pavel or Henri. So basically, yeah, it's over to you guys. There's nothing else I can do this round.
So what
All
you're
right.
saying is this plan has gone off incredibly well
It has!
because we're a
It really
fantastic
has!
diversion.
You really are.
Invulnerable goes a long way.
It really does.
It really does.
Henri will go and stealthily disconnect the fuses or turn them off.
Yeah,
or...
you're there. So you open up the box, and yeah, there's fuses and wires in there. And you can just start like fucking ripping stuff out if you want.
Yeah,
You're putting the fuses in your pockets.
Yeah.
You're like ripping wires. You're cutting them with your dagger or your knife or whatever you've got on
No,
you.
the baguette. Stop. I don't know
With
why.
the baguette, sure.
It's
with
cutting them. Yes, I know.
You're bludgeoning the the box with your baguette.
And then after, I guess is that my whole turn? It's just taking all this out.
Also, you can still have your movement. So if you want to
Okay.
stealth out of there, be a 3 difficulty again.
I want to stealthily slide down the cables.
It's
like Spider-Man
100
style.
feet up. This would be a climbing roll. It would be
Yeah, I'm
very
down
hard.
for it.
This would be very hard.
Okay.
can do it.
Fall damage. Do you remember we did fall damage in that one adventure? It's in a different book, damn it. But
So
fall
it's
damage.
brawn athletics, right?
Yeah, athletics, unless you specifically have climbing.
I don't. I have throwing for baguettes, but you know.
Oh, you got a 12 brawn. That's why you're like, yeah, bring it on. And 5 athletics. There's 100 feet. 100 feet in the air.
All right, I'm gonna spend the 1 momentum to get an extra dice.
So
Is it 3 successes? or
3 difficulty, yeah.
what?
Which is really hard. Oh my god, this guy. This guy.
Oh, wait.
He's
the
just
baguette
smoking
ninja.
a
Oh, wait.
cigarette. with one
Wait.
hand.
You got to stealth over to those. Sorry, you got to stealth over to those.
I'm
If
gonna
you don't want to
stealth
see, so you can. No, you can't stealth and slide down this round. So if you want, you can wait. Like put the momentum back. Sorry, you're not at the edge. The antenna's in the middle of this thing. So you could stealth. You could just run there now and slide down, and they'll see you, or you can stealth over to it next round and slide down.
Okay, I guess I'll stealth then.
Okay. So put that momentum back that you spent.
Well, yeah, now I'm respending. Yeah. There's no point in me losing my roll.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh.
So they see you. So you're trying to sneak away, and you step forward. There's nothing really here to like. It's just wide open. But you're skulking, and all of a sudden one of the soldiers turns, and he shouts out, well, you don't understand German. Pavel, you hear him go, there's an intruder! There's an intruder! Near the antenna!
You could spend a fortune.
I know.
point to
I was
re-roll
reading
that
what the
one.
fortune was. I'm gonna try and re-roll the one.
Okay. Spend your fortune. You've only got one left.
like
I'm looking at your character
dice.
sheet right now, real time.
Wait, did you just
Oh.
roll the same thing?
Yes. What are the odds of that?
That is really low, actually.
The exact same thing on every die.
Well, I only
That's
clicked the
weird.
16, but it rolled
Well,
a
it doesn't
16.
re-roll the first 2. Yeah.
Oh,
just click
oh,
which
you guys
dice.
succeed. Okay, so they've now noticed you. So Pavel, you see this, and the 6 remaining Noctwolf all spin around. The Noctwolf have done their turn this round. I did them already, so they're not going to be able to attack this round. But they see Henri, who's standing out in the open.
And they're all on the same platform.
They're on the same platform, but at various distances. They're spread out, searching, looking. 6 left.
Okay.
6 left.
All right.
Easy day.
Okay. But it's like they're all in are they all in one medium zone together?
No.
Okay.
This is a very, very large, like, going back to that map, like, this thing is freaking huge. Where's that handout? Just put it up again. Right, if it's 100 feet in the air and that massive antenna's up there, and you've got them spread out across the top, they're not all within medium range, right? You might get 2 within medium range of one another, but you're not going to get all 6 of them. Let's just say there's
getting
2
there.
on the far left, 2 in the middle, and 2 on the
Okay.
right. Does that make? We'll do that. We'll make it easy. If we break up that 13,
I will drop a cyclone on as many people as I can drop it on.
you can get 2 people in one cyclone.
Okay.
2
And then
2
the-
soldiers.
All right. I'll drop. Let's see. We have 2 momentum.
Yep.
Go ahead and take a threat, Matt, as I will.
Not like it's
Burn
done
some
anything
stuff.
for me.
All right.
I'm sitting on
And
18 threat right now. Just so you know.
That's okay. All right. I need 2 difficulty. I'll burn my power thingy. All right. So that's crazy roll. So you got more threat. Take 4 more threat from that. I will.
2 threat,
So it
2
succeeds. I will then.
Don't forget to gain that momentum.
Oh, I'm gonna immediately spend it so
Okay.
that the cyclone can go. And then, so I'm gonna immediately spend those 2 so that the cyclone can actually have its turn as it manifests on top of the 2 of them. Because I spent my power, it's 7. So I'm gonna roll 7 damage die by the cyclone. This is piercing. Well, let me roll my cost first. All right, I'm fine. And then let me roll. So these 7 dice are damage dice to the 2 that I just dropped the cyclone. So
Ooh, nice.
8 damage, 4 effects. It's drain and piercing.
Woo! So 12 damage?
It's not. Is it vicious?
Well,
Hang on.
it goes through 1 point. Oh, sorry, piercing.
Goes through those points of armor.
Yeah, okay. Ignores armor. Okay, so it ignores
they're
their
not
armor.
they're not supernatural.
No,
creatures,
these are just
Yeah, so it's not
troopers.
vicious then. Yeah, so it's not vicious. It's
But
just,
so
it's
8
just
damage,
8 damage,
piercing?
4 effects, piercing, drain.
Okay, you kill 2 of the 6. What does that look like? What does that look like?
No one can see it because there is a giant cyclone that is spinning around, and it is nice and beautiful and white and dusty. And then suddenly, as it's spinning, like when you put like single strawberry and like milk and stuff when making shake, all of a sudden it gets really red for some strange reason. Just starts flying things over and over. And that is my turn.
Okay. I think it's back at the top of the turn order then. I believe. Everybody's gone?
Yep.
Who would like to go first?
Henri will slide
All
during
right.
the cyclone and the distraction.
All right, do your slide roll again.
Uh,
You got no momentum there. It's 3 difficulty. He says, I'm fine. I'm fine.
well, I have to crit to be fine.
You can spend that last fortune.
Nah, it's fine. I'll just break an ankle.
Oh, falling damage?
Yeah.
What? You don't want to spend the fortune? It's going to be a d6 for every 10 feet.
Do I fail like 100 feet? Like, am I falling directly from 100? Like, I just trip over? I guess that's the question, right?
But you did fail. Either way, you failed. So you're wondering, like, how... Yeah.
It's probably like you're fast roping, but you don't break in time, and instead of you just hit. I've seen it happen a lot of times. It's ugly.
Okay. We won't do the full 10. We'll just do 8.
8? Holy moly. So I take a 1d6 of stress each?
No, I'm rolling. And this will be...
Oh, it's 8 dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. That's fine. So then
5
I take my
damage, are you fine?
armor. Yeah.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
That's a beefy ninja.
Yeah, I got some baguettes in my butt.
So, did I get any effects? 4 effects.
No further questions.
Butt gets.
Oh my god.
I don't know when
It'll be
you need it.
stun. So what's your resilience?
Oh, I'm totally stunned then.
So it's gonna be number 4. Attacker hazard leaves the target momentarily unable to act. The number of effects are rolled that equals or exceeds the target's resilience skill. So what's your resilience?
1.
Okay. So you're stunned.
Well, good thing I jumped
So you
down.
slid
to get
down,
stunned, I
you
guess.
took no damage, you start sliding down, you lose your grip, you start to fall, you regain it, you kind of crash for the last little bit, and you're stunned for the next few
Matt,
rounds.
take 2 more threat, by the way. I had to move as well.
'Kay.
So I would have had to spend an extra threat to get a second mine.
Is the stun last for 1 round, or is it per?
Yeah. You're stunned for 1 round. You're stunned.
Now, does that
you miss
does
your
that
next,
apply here because my turn's still not over technically, or?
it's your next turn.
Next turn. Okay, over to me. How many turns do we have left before I can hurt you guys? What?
Well, once I act, that'll be the 5th round, and then so
Alright.
there'll be 2 more after.
2 more? Oh my god, I may as well just hand
What we're
wave
trying
this
to
and
say
end
is
it.
not this session.
Well, I don't know. We're outnumbered like a bazillion to 1. And we still have to actually get in there and completely destroy the antenna and find the books. I mean,
You will find 2 dead bodies of your friends by the time you get in there too. Like you should see, there'll be Henri torn to shreds, Pavel up by the satellite, 1,000 bullets in him from the knockwolf.
God.
Oh my gosh.
They don't do damage. Why
Yeah,
are
they're
you
not gonna hurt
doing
you.
it?
1, 2, 3. Well, 4 on you, 4 on each of you. Let's do some quick rolls here. Yeah, they don't hurt. Because you guys are uber tough.
Yeah.
That's getting. I recognize the phase.
I know.
too, like,
Jeff knows.
resignation,
Jeff-
acceptance. I'm done with combat.
I'm-
I'm just
I'm-
doing dramatic tasks. Like screw it.
I'm
Like,
ready to just,
every
like-
time Cuspid casts the spell, I'm like, well, that's the end of.
We're at the
that's end
point.
of the
We're
combat.
gonna hand wave this soon, and this combat's
I
gonna
get you,
be
buddy.
over.
I'm feeling so bad
I'm gonna
right
spend some threat here. I'm gonna try and hurt Ruby at least. Just 9 damage hurt you, Ruby. Just 9 damage hurt you.
No. Almost.
it would hurt me. It would have hurt Leo.
All right, Ruby, next one on you. Oh, look at this. I'm just getting more threat. Nope. We're gonna hand wave it after this one.
Matt, if any of them have mental abilities, that will bypass it. If that makes you feel any better,
No, unfortunately.
they can. Okay, throw some telepaths at us.
Oh my god, I'm
You'll
just
be
giving
all
you guys momentum at this point.
Or they could try to intimidate us. That causes mental stress, right?
There you go. Yeah.
We're gonna end this soon. There's
Yes.
you guys are unstoppable.
Well, only for 2 more rounds.
Oh yeah. After two more rounds, like you could blow Ruby over and she'd die.
Well, he can also recast it.
Yeah, you just go
That's true.
first that round and recast.
Yeah, there's like no way to really play around it.
Nothing. Spent some momentum there.
Of course, when I go to recast it, you could always counterspell me and make it much more difficult
That's
for me
true.
if you succeeded.
If I have counterspell.
If you didn't have casters that weren't stunned for
Yeah, for Oblivion.
forever.
All
Well,
right,
they're only stunned for this round.
I'm
after-
done. I'm done with my monks. Go. My dobs.
Leo, since the 2 casters are stunned, Leo reaches into the pockets of his coat and he brings out handfuls of screws and nails and ball bearings, and he is going to swirl them in a telekinetic wave of death at everybody in close range. So I'm going to spend 2 momentum. So I'm going to spend all 3 of those momentum, and I'm going to make it an area effect. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we get 4 momentum back. Let me do the drain on that first. No, we're all okay. Damage. I'm actually going to take 1 more point of that momentum and increase the damage by 1. So it hits
Jesus.
11 damage to 7 of the enemy within close range.
Wow. Are you doing the 4 around you, and then which
The-
others?
The 4 around me, and then these 3 down here that are surrounding Sergeant Morris.
Wow.
So 11,
11?
damage to all of them. Yep.
Poof, 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 poof.
And
they
and anybody
drop.
who's
They just
Okay,
drop.
good. And then the ball bearings and nails come flying back into his hands, and he puts them back in his pocket.
Okay. And you guys were worried. You guys want to spend that momentum, keep it your corner? This is going to be the last round of combat. We're going to hand wave it after this. We've got 15 minutes left. We're not doing combat for a whole session again next week.
All right.
No, go ahead, Matt.
With, you don't want to fight anymore?
No, No, you're next, aren't you?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I want to stab somebody.
I can't do anything. So, if you guys want to attack, honestly, because I'm just generating threat at this point. These enemies cannot hurt you.
But I bet the ones next week will be able to.
I mean, I just want to heroically shield bash the incapacitated casters.
Yeah, we can just hand wave. We can just do it. We can just go theater of the mind here at this point. With all of them dropping, say a lot of them just kind of start retreating with that last attack. You can run over there and shield bash them if you'd like. Does that work?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
should Captain America with Leo's telepath. You throw it and he forces it in and then he throws it back to you.
We still have to do the fastball special, but we need to do that against a commando.
Yeah.
A big baddie.
All right. So let's say you've cleared them. They've run away. They're scared, and you guys are now inside. So let's just quickly do this before the end of the session. So I'll bring us back up, and I'll run through everything in this monastery as you guys enter. So we'll go number by number. Actually, I'll put it up for people to see as well. I changed the overlay. And people at home can see as well what we're looking at. So we've got Henri at the bottom of number 12. So number 12, like I said, is a 100-foot high wall. It actually says here, Jeff, it's 165 feet across. So this thing is freaking massive. When I was saying extreme range, it is definitely extreme range, and they would be spread out. It's a wall, and it kind of tapers inwards slightly from its foundation. There's nothing really else to it other than this massive wall butting up against the mountain. Number 13 on the map is the radio antenna itself. We'll switch over to you guys. Number 2 is the gatehouse. It's a 3-story high blue tile roof gatehouse. Inside, number 4 there is a 20-foot tall stone pillar carved with the graphic depictions of hideous demons and creatures from Tibetan mythology, and others that you don't recognize either from Tibetan or any other mythology around the world. Number 5 in the very middle there is it looks like a temple. It's built up on a raised platform, and the central temple itself is a dark building. You can see inside there's fires burning, and you can see that there's small shrines within it, and a large hall that these shrines are in. Number 6 from here appear to be there's no real doors on these buildings. Let's say there's sheets hanging down so with the wind. You see within there from here, you see just floor to ceiling shelves stacked with books and scrolls and all sorts of strange things, writings. Number 7, it looks like some of the monks retreated into this building, and when the flap kind of moves in the wind, it looks like it's filled with cots and rough looking beds, just basically piles of hay with sheets over them. Looks like maybe that was some sort of dormitory. Same with number 8. 9 looks like that's where the kitchen where the meals are made. 10 all the baguettes. 10 this looks like there's 4 of these structures, number 10, and these look like they're smaller temples, and each of them are dedicated to different Tibetan deities. The one in the northeast is a temple of fear. The one in the southeast is the temple of doubt. The one in the southwest is the temple of cruelty. And the final one in the northwest is the temple of greed. And there are hideous demon creatures depicted within each of these, wrapped in manifestations of beasts and all sorts of terrible things. 11 looks like a newer building. It doesn't match the others. It looks like it was built recently. And the cables that you slid down, Henri, feed into this little wooden hut that doesn't match anything else. And you can only assume that this must be the radio hut where they're sending the signals from, and possibly where the Book of the Machine is being housed. And that is everything.
So is there an entrance into 12, or is it just a giant?
It's just a
pedestal
giant
we see?
wall pedestal.
Okay.
There's no
Cool.
door. There's no entrance. Yeah.
There's a marmot sitting at the top, smoking a cigarette,
Smoking a-
waving at you guys from
Car-
above.
Carton of cigarettes at his feet. All right. So we've got 9 minutes left. What do you guys quickly run down? What do you want to do? We're gonna finish up this section next week, and we'll probably get into India all in 1 week. So what do you guys?
So
what's the
other
plan
than
here? Game plan.
other than seeing the monks all run back into their barracks, I mean, do we see any other enemies out and
Nothing.
about?
It looks like there's just the outside of the gate is just stacked with dead. There are like 30. How many did you guys kill? Like 30 enemies, 40 enemies,
lot.
just like a pile of dead monks, spellcasters, martial arts users, just death, blood, bodies.
Then I guess we would make our way towards 6 and 11 to the library area and the radio room.
Yeah, yeah.
Destroy the radio room, find the Book of the Machine, find a whole bunch of other books for Pavel, burn the rest of it, and go home.
Yeah, and those demon statues, I'm breaking them.
Sure. Yes.
And if we're just being like cinematic, Pavel
Yeah.
would be swirling the cyclone all over the top here, and like just ripping apart the satellite, whatever is else up here.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds
The-
good.
The antenna, excuse me. Yeah.
Okay.
And the
Sounds.
other four Noctwolf.
Yeah, we're
bastards
just
up
let's do
there.
cinematic because you guys are ransacking and burning and destroying these. So the library, it's filled with blasphemous texts. It's got all sorts of Tibetan manuscripts, handmade paper fabric, wood boards, all sorts of different styles of writing, including Western style books. And yeah, they're all terribly evil things, incantations and histories and writings and long forgotten mythos on some of the evil deities. And in the radio hut, it's just a small single-story building, and there's just like basically a desk in there. There's radio equipment set up on that desk. There's a big, massive book next to it. There's actually 2 books. One of them is labeled, or the title of it is Stanzas of Dzyan, D-Z-Y-A-N, Dzyan. And the other is the Book of the Machine. This one, though, appears in Chinese. And it looks like, just looking it over, you guys are like, what's with the 2 books? You can kind of see them like writing it out, like they're transcribing the Book of the Machine, and it looks like they're encoding it using the stanzas of the Dzyan. They're using that to encrypt their messages back to Germany. So in case they were intercepted, people wouldn't understand what was being sent over. So they have these 2 books that they're using to encrypt it and encode it and send the information back to Germany.
So we would take both books and then I guess grab a handful of the other books because Pavel said he wanted them, and then burn everything else.
Yeah, burn it all to the ground.
Where's the baguette artifact that I'm looking for?
You go to the kitchen. I don't know. There's various doughs and stuff, raw doughs that you've never seen. Maybe you want to sample that. It's kind of like sourdough, right? And never use that and add it to your repertoire.
An ancient SCOBY.
Yes, an ancient SCOBY. You've not had this strain of yeast is new to you. What mysteries does it hold?
What people can it kill?
Looking over that stanzas of Dzyan, it's written in Tibet. It looks like it was translated from Chinese at one point. Reading the inscriptions at the front. It was written around the 8th century AD by unknown authors. Yeah, doesn't have a lot of information in there. The Book of the Machine, like I said, outlines the destruction, the downfall of Atlantis. As you're kind of reading through it, it looks like someone else wrote it. This isn't an original copy of it, and like passages just kind of trail off. They're not finished. Their pages ripped out. So this copy of the Book of the Machine is incomplete. You do know that the Llama does have an original and a complete copy, but he didn't want whatever was in here to fall into the hands of the Nazis. So Dawa urges you, like, quick, we need to, the Llama, he will open another gate for us. We need to get back to the water. We need to get out of here before more arrive for you to kill.
All right. We burn and blow up everything in our sight. And,
yes.
And run.
Burn, blow up. You guys go back. You walk deep into water again. Your amulets or around your necks protect you. You don't drown or anything like that. And you wake up, or you come out again at that other lake where your guides, they're still sleeping. They're at their tents. They're sleeping for the night. And you have successfully taken on the monastery, the Veiled Monastery. We'll call it there. And you guys were worried. And you were worried that you were not going to survive. You guys had me believing it too.
You see, Dawa, I told you this is going to be fine. How did you feel? Like your first big battle? Was it good?
He said, yes. But I regret not engaging any of the evil monks.
It's probably best. Like, you should save your first kill for when you're really ready for it. Like, don't waste it. It should be meaningful.
Okay.
I actually respect your choice. Good on you, kid.
Do you think I'll have an opportunity again?
Maybe you won't need to, and that's also fine.
The master did give me this dagger. There must be some purpose to it. There's a purpose to everything, to every action.
Maybe you weren't supposed to kill people. Maybe you're supposed to wait until it matters and hit something you need that dagger for. Maybe that's why.
He did say that it worked especially good against creatures. No?
There you go.
If we had faced such as that, my young friend, or if the casters had been able to rally and use their magics against us, this may have turned out very differently. So it is a very good point to make. Always attack the strongest foe first.
Yeah. He's like, I'm tired. Can we call it a night? We got a long journey ahead of us.
Oh yeah, Leo's exhausted.
You guys are basically
exhausted.
You've been up for hours. You've also been fighting mentally and physically. So you call it a night. We'll end there. Wow. I thought you guys were gonna walk all over this, and then you convinced me before the session, like, oh, we're in trouble, and you walked all over it. Let's do the plugs. Jeff, what do you got going on?
Tomorrow night, twitch.tv/lollygaggers. We're playing Mothership, going through the Gradient Descent module. Saturday, we're doing One Ring 2nd edition. And Monday, you can see the Legend of Dr. Cuspid as we're playing some Deadlands.
You can see this exact same situation in Jeff's game that Jeremy and I play in. You can see...
Oh, goodness. I feel for you, buddy.
Megan, have you played any games? Did you play games last week?
Not of the board game type. No.
All right.
No, I'm pretty boring.
We're gonna play games this weekend, though.
We are.
We're gonna get together and play some board games.
It'll be lots of fun.
Aaron, what do you got going on?
Let's see. Tomorrow on Garblight Games at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll be running the crew of the Red Ledgers and Leadbelly himself through some Blades in the Dark. They succeeded on their score last week in a chaotic, explosive, and loud fashion. And now have an opportunity for a little bit of downtime before they go to war with Ulf Ironsborn after their first mission. I say kudos to that. That was impressive. Then on Monday, I believe on Garblag, same time, they're doing some... City of Mists.
There you
go. Tuesday's Coriolis. Wednesday, we'll be back for some more Once Upon a Time in the Old World Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition. If you missed this week's session, go check it out on YouTube as soon as it comes out, because it was a hell of a fight, much like this one. And Thursday, I believe they might. I think there's a one shot. I think Nye's running a one shot at 1 o'clock, and then we'll be back for some Achtung Cthulhu. I think.
Yes, we will be back for some Achtung Cthulhu next week. We're gonna end this, and we're going to the next leg. Jeremy, tell me about this Patreon.
Yeah, Aaron Race on Patreon. You've got comics, you got some 5e assets, maps, tokens, all sorts of fun stuff. Check it out.
And Evan, you got anything going on you want to talk about?
Nope, just playing this.
Nope. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. I know it was a long combat session. I warned you at the top of the show about that. But next week we will be wrapping up Tibet, and we will be starting the next section. We're going to continue on to India. We will see. All right, everybody, have a great night and a good week, and we'll see you next Thursday.